Beta to Boss with Chase Harmer. Growth, scale, success.
Thank you for joining Beta to Boss today with your host, Chase Harmer. I'm here with Wesley Virgin. You know, when I started out as I dropped out from Cal Poly. I had a full track scholarship there. But when I came back, I actually got into personal training. That's actually where I learned sales. And I don't know if you ever was at 24 Hour Fitness back in the day, but 24 Hour Fitness used to be like a sales machine. So I was taking women off the treadmills, you know, breaking people off for $5,000 packages. You know, no matter how much. And I was the number one salesman at 24 Hour Fitness. I was 19 in the country back then.
Wow.
And they had like 5,000-6,000 locations. But back then I realized that's when I need to get into sales. But the point is there you can only train so many people in a day, right? So I was working 8 to 9 hours a day as a trainer. And I was like, man, this sucked. You still can't make any money. And you kind of overcame that with going online and doing it the right way. So, you know, that was my first lesson in how to get your ass kicked working a 9 to 5. You know, I got my man Wesley on here. You know, want to chat about how he built this huge company that he built, personal training online, the $30 million company, and has done fantastic things. So, Wesley, thanks for being here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Chase, man. Glad to be here.
You got it. Well, tell me a little bit about you. I know a little bit about your background. You went from a grocer and then you got into the physical, the fitness game, and you turned into this online entrepreneur that's doing all kinds of stuff. Man, tell me a little bit about your story.
So, you know, basically in the beginning, I started as a personal trainer. And it's so funny because in actuality, I was overseas in Afghanistan, and I used to be this small, skinny guy, right? So you know how it is, no self-esteem, right? No girlfriends in high school. So I started working out, man, and I just kind of transformed my body. And I went overseas as a contractor, and I started training military soldiers because people say, man, how are you, you know, your routines, and, you know, we kind of like your body. So I started training them. And when I was training them for about 2 years, I had the idea. I said, I wonder if I can take this online, right? Because, you know, like you said before, I mean, you can only train so many people, right?
Ooh, yeah.
You know, I wanted to make millions of dollars. I was doing pretty good, but the problem was, I had to always be there. I love people, but it's just like, you got to be a better way. So I had the first idea to say, you know what? I think what I'm doing here face to face, I can actually do online.
Right.
And man, it was horrible because it took me a long time, like 6-7 years of failure. I remember creating my first website. I taught myself how to design web pages. But the problem is I didn't know how to market, right?
Sure. Well, that's the key. That's the key to online. I mean, I remember, you know, we have a marketing team behind us now too. And, you know, it was extremely challenging for me to do online marketing. So I can only imagine trying to start up a business online and you're coming out of your pocket every month, spending money on ads and you're not getting anywhere. So tell me about that. Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? Like, Chase, even before that, like, I didn't know ads existed. I just thought that I was going to build a site and people were going to come because I thought I was just the best.com, right? But man, it was so funny.
Everybody knows WesleyVirgin.com.
Yeah, I was like, come on, bro. This is Wesley Virgin, right? But man, nobody came. Nobody bought for years. Yeah. And then I started to do a lot of research online. And you probably know about ClickBank. ClickBank.com was probably my first success story because it took me about 2 years. I started contacting people. So, you know, how does this online game really work, right? And fortunately, after emailing about 2,000 people, one person actually responded to my email and kind of gave me the gist of, well, Wesley, you have to learn how to write copy. If you can write copy, you don't really have to worry about marketing yourself. You know, you have other people such as affiliates that are marketing for you.
Right.
So
pushing traffic for you.
Right. Exactly. So about 4 years later, I was the #1 product on the network for like 2 years.
Right. What were you selling? Videos? What are you selling?
Basically, man, I was just selling PDFs, digital products.
Was it like a workout guide, a meal guide?
Well,
what was it?
It was just so it was called fatdiminisher.com. And basically it was just a guide that gives people a drink, right? Chlorella, wheatgrass, cocoa powder, put it together. We gave them a meal plan. So it was just a diet plan. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
We sold $1 million the first month.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how do you go? That's pretty balls to the wall, right? Because I know most people, they have to test. And I know
Yeah.
we have offers all over the internet too. And we have partners that do all marketing stuff, and they actually, they struggle too, because you have to get the CPAs in check. You have to get all these things in line, and
Right.
testing price points and all this stuff. So how did you guys go from 0 to $1 million in a month? Did you guys have to do split tests? Did you guys just get it right the first time? What?
It's going to sound crazy what I'm about to tell you, but, a lot of people ask me this question. They say, well, Wesley, how did you just, in 30 days, just go to number nothing so everybody knows you're in the industry now? And to be honest with you, man, I credit to manifestation, the mind hacks that I was talking to you earlier about, and really visualizing what I wanted, man. Because 30 days before, believe it or not, even when I was writing a copy every single day, I was meditating 3 times a day, and I was visualizing myself as the #1 product. I was visualizing myself affiliates coming to me, and I did this 3 times a day for 45 days. I swear to God. And everything that I visualized, Chase, came to pass. Everything.
So you feel like you manifested this stuff inside of your head, and it just happened.
Absolutely. When I say that, it's like the universe brought the right people, the right information that created everything. That before, I was just like everybody else. How to make money online. This is not working. Oh my God, frustrated.
Right.
But I surrendered, man. I just relaxed, right? I calmed my mind down. I was relaxed. I said, you know what? I'm not missing anything, not having a lot of money. Life is still good. Kids are healthy. I know what vision. I'm going to figure that. So I started to relax. So when I relaxed, I started to approach everything I was doing. It started to work perfectly. Make sense?
Now, it does. Now, let me ask you about these mind hacks, right? Because I'm actually super interested in this. Now, I was driving down the street, literally from the gym, on my way to the office, and I was like, man, I go 70 miles an hour down the street every single day for like 3 years. Nothing ever happens to me. And I was thinking about a cop, and I look in the rearview mirror, and there's a cop on a motorcycle, literally like 3 years. I ain't got a ticket, riding down the street, and I literally was thinking about that. I manifested that cop right behind me, and my girlfriend was laughing about that. But we also have some really big deals in the pipeline, and I've been really positively thinking about these things, manifesting them, and they've been happening. And it's like the right people, right time, and all that stuff too. They say it's luck, but you put yourself in these situations to manifest the luck, right? But then you also have to manifest it on a daily basis. So do you do that daily? Weekly?
I do it daily, man. And it's just like when this is really science, man. I can really, and I educate people around the web right now. I mean, seriously, I can give you so much books. I can give so many books that you can start. Because I started to really study the brain, man.
Yeah.
What I've learned is really scientific as far as why people are successful and why people are not successful. It's really their thinking, and the thinking, it's a real vibration. It's a real energy that you can tap into if you practice it, right?
Sure.
It's just like working out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, work out for 7 days, 1 month, and you think I have a body like Hercules. Come on.
That's my problem.
Right. So it's like, if you practice and work on it every day, it gets so easy, and it's almost like you can create miracles, man.
Right.
It's almost like you have the Midas touch. And to most people, they like Westerners, they be like, well, yeah, but no, Wesley, you can't control everything. I'm telling you, it's just some things out there that people don't know, like epigenetics. You ever heard of that?
No, what is that?
Epigenetics.
What's epigenetics?
Epigenetics is basically, a lot of people believe that it's our genes are genetically, this is the reason why maybe we get a disease like cancer or heart disease. But that's not the truth. It's not because my dad had it. It's the lifestyle. Epigenetics means above the gene, which means is our environment is more influential. You take a person, you put them in a positive, supportive environment, they excel. You take a person in a negative, like self-deprecating environment, then they fail. They get all this stuff, right? Yeah. So what they're saying is that you can actually take yourself and put yourself in a different environment, and it's inevitable to be successful if you're in that type of environment.
Sure.
It's just like working out, right?
No, for sure.
Huh?
No, for sure. No,
yeah, so one book I want to throw out there that you probably want to check out is Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He really explains and he breaks down the science on why people do what they do, why certain habits you can't break, and he shows you how to break them, and he shows you why is it so hard to break a habit. When you say, you know what, I'm going to work out today, and you don't do it. Or you want to work in your business today. You want to be motivated, but you're not motivated. Well, it's ways to recondition your mind to be always motivated, always excited about life, always enthusiastic about the future, and you're never ever like really having an issue about life.
Right.
No
Well, we talked briefly before we came onto this podcast today, and you told me about these mind hacks that you have that help you, manifest this reality that you're living in today, right? So give me a few like that we can share with the listeners so we can all apply this to our lives immediately.
Okay. So I give you one, like with meditation. Everybody know about meditation. And I know a lot of people, when they think about meditation, they oh, well, Wesley, I just can't sit there for 5 or 10 minutes. Well, first thing in the morning, right, exactly, right. First thing in the morning, your brain is in what is called the alpha state. You know about the different brain waves?
Well, why don't you explain it for everyone on our
Okay,
listeners?
so you got the alpha state, you have theta state, you have delta state, and you have beta state. Right now we're in beta, right? We're having this podcast. I'm looking at you, looking at me. We got energy. We're talking things. But when you're in alpha state, it's when your brain cycles in your brain is slow, which means is that you're very suggestible and you're not thinking about nothing. You're not waking up, so you're not thinking about I got to pay bills today, or I gotta go pick up my daughter from here, right? So your brain is waking up. This is the best time to meditate and visualize about your goals and dreams.
That makes sense. Is it better to do it in the morning or at night?
Both.
So
But
at night though too, I guess part of that is that your mind's still racing, right? You're still thinking about all these things. So how do you calm your mind down?
But it's right before sleep, right? So the thing is, when people end their day, right, they're thinking about what they accomplished and the things they need to accomplish tomorrow. But the best time to do it is right before you go to sleep, once your mind starts to calm down a bit, right? And what I use my guided meditation, which I give you as well. And meditation music will really help you because what it does is I have something that's called theta state. Theta is when you're like watching TV.
Sure.
You ever watch TV or watch a movie? So
that's
when they're
out. Yeah.
Right, they're like in a trance, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's powerful, man, because what's happening is everything that you watch on that movie, it almost feels that you're in the movie. Your brain doesn't know the difference.
Right.
But the great thing about that, you can actually use that strategically and design a life that you want.
Huh.
Right? That makes sense?
Interesting. Yeah, no, it does. Some of the times, the only times I feel like I can check out sometimes is when I go and zonk out in front of the TV and I can just watch it for a minute. It kind of helps my mind calm down, slow down.
Right, exactly. But see, even then, you got to be conscious of what you're watching because every experience that you see on that TV, it becomes experience in your mind. That's why when you watch a scary movie and you go home and you're like, what was that? Right? Right? Because your brain doesn't know the difference. That's why when you go watch a nice movie and it's a movie about love, and she's like, oh my God, that's amazing. She got married. Oh, I feel so good. Then she go home. Now she wants to marry you. Right? Because the mind doesn't know that wasn't true reality.
Sure. Gotcha.
But what I'm saying is that you can strategically use that to your benefit to create success, better relationships, better spiritual connection, whatever, the God source or whatever. It's beautiful, man.
So going back to meditation real quick, right? Because we talked about meditation. I mean, what is, and you say, yeah, you wake up and what's the best way to do it? I mean, like literally, what do you do in the morning to meditate?
So what I did this morning, I just woke up. I'm in Costa Rica with the kiddos hanging out. So when I wake up, what I do is I'm laying in the bed. I close my eyes again and I put on some meditation music and I'll sit there for about 30 minutes. I just lie there and do nothing. I do nothing for the 5 minutes, which means is initially thoughts are going to come into your mind, man. It's just crazy. It's like all types of like thoughts are going to hit you. You just allow those thoughts because eventually those thoughts will subside. They'll go away, right? And then you get to the point that you're in what is called pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is when you're not thinking about the past, the future. You're just in the now. And that's the best feeling ever, dude. It just, you feel so amazing because you're not thinking about nothing, right? So it's like you're in this amazing bubble of like happiness and joy and gratitude, right? And that's all I do. I just sit there and then internally I kind of talk about what I'm grateful for. And I talk about how I'm grateful about my future. I'm grateful about my children, my kids. And I get overwhelmed with this feeling. and then I start my day.
Is it better to, I mean, in your opinion, is it better to meditate on things that you're grateful for, things that you want, or are you asking or trying to manifest those things as well?
So let me give you another mind hack. So a lot of people, when they try to manifest, they say, well, I believe this is going to happen to me in my life. I'm going to get that brand new car. I'm going to get that stuff. One day I'm going to get that. No. You have to learn this. You have to manifest in the present, which means is you have to say that you already have that thing. You got to be like, I'm so grateful that I have a $1 million business. I'm so grateful that I've attracted all these beautiful people, great people in my life, and all this money coming in from oh my God, I'm on this huge podcast. I have people have me on TV networks. My family is happy. So I am manifesting, but I'm believing that I'm already experiencing that reality.
It's about the believing, right? You think?
And you gotta use the word I am instead of I want.
Totally.
I don't want to be a millionaire. I am a millionaire.
Act as if, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, man, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, this is really good stuff, man. I love this kind of stuff. How did you, and I'm going to touch on this, and then I'm going to ask you how people can get a hold of your mind hack so that they can apply some of these principles to their own life. But what was the process from going to 1 million to 30 million?
Okay, so I remember that first month when I saw $1 million in my bank account, man. It's just like the best feeling on earth. You're like, oh my God, I'm looking in my Bank of America account, and I have $1 million. Right? So I was excited, but I wasn't too excited. Let me tell you why, because I was already visualizing. So I visualized.
You're visualizing more money.
No, I was actually visualizing the $1 million. I was actually visualizing $5,000 a day. That's what I wanted to make. At that time, I was making about $500 a month. But but I was like, every day I'm making $5,000 a day. And I remember 5,000 a day, and I remember 10,000, I remember 20,000, I remember 30,000. From $1 million to 30 million, it wasn't really anything different that I did of what I just currently doing. I just set bigger goals or bigger things for myself. Make sense? So I wasn't even too excited about making $1 million because I was already feeling the feeling like several months before that I was already a millionaire, if that makes sense to you.
No, totally. It absolutely makes sense. I mean, that's how I've lived my whole life, right? And that's
exactly.
why I totally get this, right? That's why I love it.
Right.
Now, during this time, obviously you weren't selling the diet book the whole time. You probably changed up your products a bunch of times, I would imagine, right? Or did you just sell the diet book the whole time?
So, and it was all a part. It's so funny, Chase. I got so many journals, like everything that's taking place in my life, it is there. I put in my journal, I say I'm going to have several partnerships that people are going to reach out to me, and I'm going to have 50% of their company here, 30%. So I have a lot of percentage of a lot of people's companies, man.
Right.
Because when you go number one on a network like this, everybody wants to partner with you, JV with you, right? So I have a lot of that going on right now. I have that product. Then I created another product called Red Smoothie. We created some other, I had so many products that I don't even know exist, but because my intention was this, man. I wanted money to come in easily and effortlessly, which means I don't have to be connected and have meetings every day about what's going on. I just want to make sure the check hit my bank account.
Mailbox money.
Happening right now.
Mailbox money. Yeah, I'm all about the mailbox money, man. It's all about having residual income coming in from everywhere. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So that's what I wanted. So that's what's happening right now for me.
That's amazing, man. Well, Wesley, it's been amazing talking with you today. I'd love you to tell our listeners where they can pick up some mind hacks. You also said you have a special offer for them to actually pick these up. So let me know about that.
So you can go to wesleyvirgin.com. That's Wesley, like Wesley Snipes, but it's Virgin as in Virgin Mary. wesleyvirgin.com. It's a link. You'll see the second link. It's free. I'll give you 7 millionaire mind hacks, what I used the first month to manifest $1 million through the businesses that I've created. So that's free for you guys. That stuff is powerful. It works. And I've also created a couple of other programs, but I really want to give you guys the free stuff. And if you start using it right now, I promise you, it changed my life, my 2 children's life, because I teach them this stuff when they're young. So I advise you guys to definitely teach your children how to use the power of your mind to do things that we don't really have to be so frustrated or, I got to work hard. Not really, The thing is, you got to relax, be patient, persevere, but you can really approach success in a very different way these ways by using the faculties of your mind. So yeah, check that out.
I love it, Wesley. Wesley, it's been a pleasure. I wish you all the best. Have fun in Costa Rica, and I look up to catching up with you soon, man.
Thanks, Chase. Appreciate it, man.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Beta to Boss with Chase Harmer. Growth, scale, success.